So let's now go to the next step, which is the implementation. So in the implementation, actually, as we say, we have now the test cases. So we can jump to the next step, which is the execution. We have the test cases, so we run this test, but we have to rearrange, we have to prioritize, we have to prepare everything to get ready for the next step, which is test executions. So what we have to do in this step, which is in the implementation, or with these activities, what the activities of this step, actually, we have to design something with the test procedure. Also, we have to create, if we need, we have to create the test suite. So what is this and what is this? So in the next slide, you will see, we have also to rearrange the test suite within the execution schedule. Okay, we have schedule, we need to follow. We have to build. Now we have to build. Later we design. And previously we design. Now we build the test environment. So, and then also we prepare the data, the test data. We prepare the test data, if not ready. So now here, I think everything clear. We don't know what's the test procedure. We don't know what the test suite. So let's see what these two things with example. So in the test implementation, we organize and prioritize the test cases. Then to get ready, why we do that? Actually, okay, based on your, not just randomly run the test cases. No, you have to group your test cases into a grouping, into procedure, into test suite. Then the test execution will be effective and efficient, not just running anything. So this is the purpose of test implementation. The test implementation is to get everything ready. So sometimes, for example, as we see, you want to test many based on the requirement. For example, okay, you are designing or testing shopping or online shopping system. So here you should to test not only the module, each module is separately. So you should do what? Test it in sequence all together. So this is the procedure. We have to create a procedure. We have to create test suite. So see what the difference is. Not, it's not that's actually the difference is nothing. Just here is grouping based on some logical sequence, but the test suite is just grouping, just because, for example, because the method that you use, for example, or the level you are in. So let's see what's the test procedure. Okay, here an example for the test procedure. First, test procedure is the combination of more than one test cases. Combination of more than one test cases. Why we combine this? Why we combine this? We have some logical reason. We have a logical reason. So here maybe this is the difference between the test cases and the test procedure. So here we have some logical behind that. But in the test suite, we have combination and we won't run it. Because as we see, for example, I'm doing what we can say is a unit testing. So I have 10 units and I want to test that 10 units. So I prepare the test cases for that 10 units. So this is the test suite. And the test procedure, we have a logical things, we have a logical reason behind the test procedure, behind creating the test procedure. So let's see this example. We have these test cases. For example, verifying, this is the test cases. Verify view product. Verify add to cart as a functional. Verify place order. Verify making payment. So this one can be considered as a test cases or test conditions. So if you see here, this test condition, actually it's used for online shopping. So we want to see the sequence from the beginning to the end of the purchase any product. So what the sequence here, we want to test that. So we have to create a procedure. We have to create the procedure, because you can say you can verify the view a product, so it's working. Add to the cart, it's working. But as a sequence from the first step to view the product until make the payment. So this sequence of steps it's we have to create a test procedure for that, and that's test procedure here. There is a reason. If you see the reason here, we want to test the sequence of these test cases. So here we have to create a test procedure. And here example of the test procedure for this, for example, the user, for example, it's few, as you see the first procedure, the user few two products, add the two products to the cart, and then place order with n or two product, 3, and then after that make the payment. So this is the first procedure. So the second procedure, for example, few two product, add them to the cart, remove one product, and then place order with one product and make the payment for that product. So here you see if we have some reason to combine these test cases. We have a reason to combine these cases. So from now, after that, what we have to do to derive now the test cases from this procedure. Okay, so this is the test procedure. Test procedure is just nothing, just combination of test cases, but we have some reason behind that. If we go to the next, which is the test suite. So the test suite or test suite, both is acceptable. It's maybe, as we see the different there, we have some logical reason, but here there is no reason. Maybe this is, we combine these because just the test case types. Okay, we are doing unit testing, so we combine all the unit testing. And the second thing, maybe we have some priority based on the priority. So also based on the execution, if slow or medium or fast run. So this one, it's just combination of test cases. So here the same thing. So for example, if we have this combination, though this is a test suite, and we have here log in, add product, check out, log out. So this is, we want to check all these test cases. If you consider it as a test cases, so we can consider this as a test cases, then it's a combination of test cases. So let's see now the last two steps, which is the test execution and test completion. So in the test execution, now you have the test cases is ready, and you already organize the test cases into test procedure and test suite. So what you have to do now is to run that test cases. So the first thing, or the first task, or the main task of these phases, it's running the execution, running the test. So here we have to run the test. We have to run the test, but before that, we have to record some information about the test. The test ID, the test object, the test tool, so the test where, so some information about the test that you running. So, and then you have to compare the actual result and record also the result. Record the result, either it's pass or fail. And then compare the actual result with the expected result. And then analyze the anomalies to establish their likely cause. So now there is defect, for example. So you have to analyze why that's defects. It's why it's happened. Why that's defects it's happened. Maybe because the food, because the code, because the environment, because, so you have to record there. So also reporting the defects based on the failure observation. Based on the failure observation. The last one, which is repeating all these all the test cases until you meet the testing criteria. So here, if you see, this is also an important step, but is the most important one is the analyze and designing the test cases. Here we just run the test cases and then record the result of that test cases. So here, maybe we can improve the test script, our test script, by adding the result of the test, the result of the test case. executing the test case. So this is important step to add the result of the test cases. So the last step, which is the test completion. So this is just nothing, just it's record and reporting everything. This is actually is done after finishing the test cases, finishing the testing process. So we just record and or reporting everything, the status of the testing process, also something else like handing over the testware, also what you learn from the test from this test process. Where is it here? Analyzing the lesson from this test process. So just this test cases, or the last step, which is the test completion, is just recording all the activities related to the test process. So guys, in the end, you should know how to create the test case document, which is a test case script. So I give you the example here. I give you the example. By the end of this test process, we have here example of the login page. Login page. So we have here. So actually also is missing here. We should add the actual result. Okay. So here we have the test conditions. The test conditions here, conditions, or this also is called test scenario. And then now we take only the first test condition, and then we create its test cases. So here we have the test cases of the first condition, and then we put also the precondition, the test step, the test data, the expected result, and the post condition, also the actual result. The actual result, for example, here, successful page, or successful, yes, success. So maybe you can see the main page is displayed. So then we compare if pass or not pass. So here is the test document or test script, which is include the test condition, test cases, also the step as well, the result of the test cases. So by the end of the test cases, you should at least know how to develop these test case document or test case script.